Imagine the exact moment a stadium concert peaks. 80,000 fans are screaming, the stage lights are blinding, and the lead singer steps up to the mic to hit the highest, most emotional note of the song track. But instead of a soaring melody, the massive speaker arrays suddenly blast the voice of a local taxi vendor telling a driver to pick up a fare on the next road lane. Decades ago, artists were physically connected to their amplifiers by thick copper cables. Today, performers run, jump, and fly across massive stages for 2 hours straight, completely relying on a network of wireless stage microphones, belt-worn guitar packs, and in-ear monitors. By cutting that physical cord, audio engineers trade a predictable electrical path for an incredibly volatile environment. They're forced to beam the most critical audio of the night straight through the open air. The space around a major city is already a massive, invisible multi-lane highway. Long before the tour trucks even pull up to the venue, that airspace is completely packed with traffic. Local television networks, police radios, and emergency dispatchers are constantly driving massive high-powered signals down these invisible lanes. If a lead singer's microphone tries to transmit in the exact same lane as a local news broadcast, the two signals violently collide. The resulting crash yields bursts of static, total audio dropouts, or an audience suddenly listening to the local weather report. To prevent this, every major tour travels with an RF or radio frequency coordinator. You cannot put dozens of powerful wireless instruments on a single stage and expect them to survive city traffic on their own. It takes a specialized engineer mapping and defending the airspace to make a modern arena show function. The defense starts at sunrise. Long before the band wakes up, the coordinator sets up scanning antennas to sweep and record the local city airwaves. This chart shows the live radio frequency spectrum. The massive spikes represent high-powered city broadcasts the tour cannot compete with. The coordinator scans for quiet valleys between the chaos, assigning dedicated frequencies. The vocal gets one value, the bass another, the drummer a third. But safely dodging the city's local television and radio broadcasts only solves half the problem. The crew now faces a threat originating right on the stage itself. With 60 different microphones, monitors, and instruments powered on simultaneously, the tour's own equipment becomes a massive hazard. Radio waves interact. If you assign two guitar packs to frequencies that are mathematically too close, the signals will bleed across lanes and jam each other. The coordinator runs the entire inventory through specialized software that calculates complex algorithms, deliberately spacing out every piece of gear so the frequencies do not mathematically overlap. This aggressive calculation is the strict requirement to ensure the band doesn't accidentally jam its own communications the second they hit the first chord. The math is perfect in an empty stadium at noon, but when the doors open, the environment instantly changes. Halfway through the set, a local news crew might walk into the front row and suddenly power up a massive wireless camera transmitter, firing a rogue signal directly into the band's operating lanes. The coordinator stares at live spectrum scanners throughout the entire performance, watching the grid for these exact unannounced threats. When a collision course is detected, they have milliseconds to execute a seamless switch, jumping the lead singer's microphone over to a pre-calculated backup frequency. Software maps the airwaves, but it takes a human actively monitoring the screens to catch a rogue signal and save the show before the audience hears a single drop of static. The audio crew fights a 2-hour logistical and mathematical war every single night, and if they do their jobs perfectly, no one will ever notice they exist. Sweeping the city for clean airspace and dynamically managing dozens of active signals is the entirely hidden backbone of the live entertainment industry. It gives the artists the freedom to run away from their amplifiers, jump into the crowd, and maintain a raw connection with 80,000 people. The effortless energy of a live concert is an illusion carefully protected by a wall of intense systems engineering. Speaking of that engineering, there is a massive black tent or box packed with blinking screens sitting right in the middle of the stadium floor. Promoters happily sacrifice thousands of rupees in premium center floor ticket sales just to put a bunch of crew members right in the middle of the audience. Next time, we go inside the front of house to see what those engineers are doing and why their presence in the middle of the crowd is the only way to ensure the mix actually sounds right.